Yeah, and I think that's good. In the midst of doing that, people can understand, like, okay, that may be his standard, but that may not be the next guy's standard. Okay, but if you want to be with me, that's my standard. Just like for a woman, she has her standard.
Yeah.
Forever what she wants in that relationship, that's based off of her. Another woman might have a different prerogative. So you can't be offended when someone wants to cut ties or don't want to deal with you anymore because you don't fit their mold, because the next guy or next woman will fit that mold. So it's tough because I think a lot of people don't know how to communicate that.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are nervous. I don't like breaking up with people. I don't like the feeling. I get nervous. I get anxiety. I don't enjoy it. I don't like the fact of hurting someone's feelings. And typically what people do is they feel the anxiety. So instead of communicating, they ghost. That's the best they can do. I've started to, I've gone through this thing of like, this is me going through therapy, of going through, I don't need closure.
Right.
You ghosting me, you walking away is the closure. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you making that decision. And that's me giving grace to say that you didn't have the capacity to do that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I think that sometimes when we think about people ghosting and everything and breakups, that we don't think about their mental health or what they're going through. Because we're so hurt, we're thinking about ourselves. We're not thinking about, and selfishly so, you're hurt. So of course you're gonna think about yourself. But like in the midst of it, that was a hard decision for the other person. And now, one of two things. Now they're going to live with the fact that they ghosted. They're gonna feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Or two, they're gonna realize they made a mistake and they're like, dang, like I ghosted them, but I really want to be with them. And like I kind of self-sabotage myself. I want to be with them, but I'm kind of messed it up, and now I'm in this like kind of like what's the word? What's in Catholic
purgatory?
You're in this purgatory space in between where you can't really go either way because now you're like, I want to be with this person. So a person who ghosts has to deal with that.
Yeah.
They have to deal with those repercussions for the choices they made. But I think I've started to give more grace to people for making decisions that they make.
But one thing about that navigation when you're in purgatory, that causes a lot of like the toxic breakups because now you're spinning the block.
Yeah. All
the time. And we all know anytime you spin the block, it usually ends up worse than the last time you seen them or the last time you spun the block or the last time you try to work it out. We had this conversation on a previous episode where I spoke about a young lady who self-sabotage, broke up, ghosted me, and we spoke about it plenty of times, even in our personal lives, like how many times she tries to spin the block.
Yeah.
With like little things, whether it's liking a podcast post, commenting on a podcast post, or like sliding in the DMs talking about how proud she is of me. I'm going to ask you this on camera for the world to see, just so if I don't hold my word to it, you can hold my feet to the fire. We're proof.
Okay.
With that young lady, you know exactly what I'm referring to. How should I navigate that? Because that's something that's somebody who I cut off more or less like 2 years ago at this point, right?
Right.
Maybe more. But yeah.
Like I told you before in this situation, because we've had this conversation before when it came to exes. I've told you that I'm not going to judge you based off of choices that you make for yourself and for your heart. Your journey is your journey. Now, if you're doing something wrong, I'm not quick to tell you like, hey, bro, kind of.
I'm wilding.
But when we're talking about love, dating, breakups, relationships, it's a feeling experience. I would never look at you sideways for giving someone a second chance or a third chance or a fourth chance.
I guess in her case, a sixth chance.
Whatever the chance may be, God gives us a lot of chances.
Right.
And when we think about love, and I posted about love the other day, like love never fails, love is patient, love is kind.
Yeah.
When we think about what love really is and what God equals to love, I can't come at you for how you feel about a person or give us one another chance.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to let you experience relationships and love the way you want to experience it. And that's for anybody.
Yeah.
You should not feel bad for giving someone another chance. You shouldn't feel stupid for it. That's a choice you made because that's something you believe in. We all believe in, whether you believe in a different higher power, whether you believe in God, Buddha, Allah, whatever you believe in, you have faith in that, and you move with that in feeling. So if you have faith in a person, who am I to tell you, unless they've done something verbally abusive to you or physically abusive, because I don't want to talk about extremes. I want to talk about normal breakups. Yeah. Unless it's been something like that, if you have faith in that person, you believe that was your person, then go get your person. Yeah. And don't let your friends or anyone else who are still dealing with their personal trauma try to tell you that you shouldn't do what you do to get your person. Yeah. So that's how I look at the situation.
I appreciate that, dog. I do. Because I'm not going to say I've been thinking about this young lady. It's just that it's one of those situations where she consistently spins the block. We have this conversation all the time. I feel like it seems like with her. And it's come to a point where I don't understand the aspect of, if you didn't want me then, why do you want me now? Nothing has really changed besides, obviously, our career. Mm-hmm. Well, my career, I guess I should say. So it's like, if you didn't want me then and you found a way to shoot your own self in the foot, why would you come around now when you know I'm happy, you know I'm fulfilled emotionally and mentally and physically? Now it seems that you just trying to find a way to squeeze in now because you feel like, the topic is not on you after the breakup.
Closure. In your situation, what do you want? I'm not talking to you.
Right.
I would ask her, what do you want? Answer me, what do you want? Because if you're not wanting to do anything with me, then stop talking to me. Yeah. And leave it at that. What do you want? That's how I look at it. Like, we need to have a real conversation, because clearly we may be just being toxic with each other, just throwing jabs at each other. I'm being serious now, because I can't move forward with my life because you keep jumping in. What do you want? Because you know that I had strong feelings for you. I know you had strong feelings for me. And we didn't really get to explore that because you ghosted. And I'm going to let you know you ghosted. Yeah. And tell you about yourself. Okay, I'm giving you grace now to speak without me judging you. What do you want from me? Because if not, we need to break it off. You need to let me go and find my person, because you're not that clearly. Right. That's, to me, how I would address this situation. And we haven't really talked about how I would address it, because I kind of just let you fill out the situation, whatever. But and I know I know you've taken a break from dating, and I know you've got people who are interested in you and everything. And they watch the pod and they whatever. But the case may be is that, for me personally, on the outside looking in, that's a chapter that has to be closed off, or the page has to turn. Either way. Yeah. Either we block the chapter and it's done, or we continue the story. That way I can live my life. Because what's the point? And if you're doing this for no reason, then every chance I get to see you, I'm blocking you on everything. Every chance I get, because now I know you're not doing this for love. You're not doing this because you want me. You're not doing this because you genuinely care for me. You're doing this for your own pleasure or mental deranged mindset.